Hello again. It was a big year for England's royal family. The Queen's Jubilee celebrated her 50 years on the throne, and now Prince William's wife, the Duchess of Cambridge, is expecting. That's a lot of excitement for one family. And we haven't even mentioned His Royal Highness Henry Charles Albert David of Wales, better known as Prince Harry. There is nothing like the rituals of the British monarchy. The women's silly hats, the men's silly hats, the trooping of the colors, year after year after year. Plaques unveiled, hands shaken, divorces announced, unions solemnly sealed, more silly hats. And then there is Harry. Young and handsome, Harry does things his own way. For instance, here is his grandmother christening a vessel. And here's Harry doing it. Here's William's last visit to America. Here's Harry's. Since childhood, Harry has been ignoring royal protocol. As a little boy, he had his own style of dealing with the press. He got caught drinking and smoking as a teen, was filmed moving his stuff out of school with a, is that a garbage bag? Getting into fights with photographers, getting it on in public with former girlfriend Chelsea Davy, and dressing as a Nazi for a costume party. Called the Party Prince, he was dismissed. But it was never that simple. As a little boy, he was very close to his mother. At her funeral, it was his heartfelt note to her that remains unforgettable. Out of that tragedy came an increased closeness to his father, and even more to his brother, who shared the same difficult upbringing of privilege, scrutiny, and loss.
He is the one person on this earth who I can actually really, we can talk about anything and we understand each other and we give each other support.
As he got older, he followed in his mother's footsteps. At 18, he spent a year in Africa working with orphans at an AIDS charity. When he joined the army at 20, he insisted on serving at the front in Afghanistan. There for a while, he was just one of the guys. And the army, its hardships, its discipline, its collective sense of sacrifice, gave him a new sense of seriousness. He threw himself into charities for wounded veterans. And this year, when the Queen asked him to represent her on a tour of the Caribbean and South America, it seemed as if Harry had finally grown up.
When it became clear that I was to represent my grandmother in Belize, my heart leapt, for a good reason.
He was responsible, but with a twinkle.
At the noisy corner here. A bit more noise on this side, please.
But while the crowds were wild about Harry, Harry could still be wild. During a recent frolic in Las Vegas, he invited 10 girls he had just met to his room, and then played strip billiards. But this time, among his subjects, there was mostly laughter and acceptance.
Quite frankly, he can do no wrong.
Really, there's something just irresistible about Harry. In a family not noted for its spontaneity, Harry's contagious sense of pleasure, that spark of joy, hasn't faded with time, and reminds us that life is about not just duty, but love, loyalty, and yes, fun.